It's truly an honor to be interviewing you.
Hello Anshita, thank you for having me here.
So, I recently read a book, Krishnaarush, Krishna Leela with me, and it was such an inspiring book. But one thing I was stuck on was the title. So, could you tell me the thought behind it?
Yeah, sure. So the connotation of Krishnaarush here is the first ray of divine light that pierces through the darkness of ignorance, showing the illuminated path of true knowledge.
Wow, that's great. So, now could you tell the others a bit about your book and give us a small gist of it?
Yeah, sure. So it's my autobiography. It is the compilation of my personal experiences that happen to be miraculous and divine, which I perceive as Krishna Leela with me. So the purpose of telling my story is to motivate people and tell them that faith can bring positivity and hope in life even amid challenging situations and can completely change their outlook, saving them from depression. So in my book you would get to know my fights, my struggles and how I coped with them so gracefully and also without constantly sulking about my unfortunate events.
Wow, that's actually truly wonderful. Well, you talked about faith and believing in God. So, could you tell me a few ways of how faith helped you overcome these problems?
As you can see this headgear, you must have figured it out by now that I am going through chemotherapy for my cancer treatment. So at this point of time, I have no clue about the fate of my life, how long I would be living, what future holds for my two daughters. One is 9 years old and other is just 7. How my husband would be coping with all these stress, how he would be arranging for huge sum of money that is required for my surgery and chemotherapy to keep me alive. Also talking about the chemo sessions, they are like hell-like situation where I am unable to eat even a single piece of grain or morsel for 12 days at a stretch. So chemotherapies are really tough and mentally challenging. It physically drains you out of your energy and leave you weak and feeble. Not only that, for a lady with a bald head, it's an emotionally challenging situation too. Despite of going through such a rough phase in my life, I am sitting here in front of you, talking to you, doing my job with a smile on my face. And this attitude, my friend, comes with faith, the faith in Almighty. With the trust we put in our deity that whatever He is doing for us is best.
That was so overwhelming, but I have to admit that your strength is commendable and you're a true fighter.
Thank you.
Tell me what motivated you to keep going further even after such big struggles.
You know, Anshita, life is like a ship sailing on the sea. Sometimes the tide would be rough and sometimes they will be smooth. What one needs is an anchor to remain grounded in every situation he is put into. So, for me, that anchor is unwavering faith in my God. So, when I was drowning in the ocean of misery, the merciful Lord threw at me the floater of the knowledge of our ancient scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, with the help of which, that is by reading them, I could reach the boat of devotion and sail through my rough time quite easily.
Oh wow, ma'am. What you said couldn't be explained into more truer words. But now I would like to ask, how did you maintain your mental health in such critical times?
Actually, I was lucky enough to get the chance to read our holy scriptures, and from there I learnt a lot. I understood the true meaning of life and what is the true art of living. Also, writing, it helped me a lot. It helped me to express my feelings and vent out my emotions. So yeah, reading meaningful book and writing both helped me to cope with all the stress and maintain my sanity.
Yes, I completely agree that having a hobby is very important to distract you from difficult times. So lastly, now I would like to ask you, what advice will you give to others going through the same?
See, what we all want happiness in our life.
Yes.
That is the basic human nature. though the perception of happiness may be different for different persons. Take for example, for a poor person, selling a balloon to get 5 rupees for it is happiness, but for a kid, bursting the same balloon would make him happy, and yet for another person, releasing that balloon into the air and watching it going up in the sky would give him true joy.
Yes.
But what people don't understand is that life is like a point on the circumference of a moving wheel, which is constantly oscillating up and down. So the happiness and distress are parts and parcel of our life, and change is the only constant. So there is no point of being overjoyous and celebrating our success, and similarly, there is no point of getting into depression and keep thinking of our distress, keep sulking about it. So my advice would be that we all should remain equipoised in every situation of life, leaving the dualities of life. That would be my advice to all.
That was great. I'm actually truly speechless right now.
It was a great pleasure to be a part of this initiative of mental health awareness. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much.